What is good, CV Nation? Welcome back to another upload. Today we are going to be ranking all 6 seasons of The Flash, and I thought it would be fun to have my friend AJ from AJREACTS to join me. Make sure to go check the description box down below for the link to his channel as well as his Instagram. He's got some very fun stuff going on over there. But with that being said, thank you for clicking on this video. This is CertainVids, a channel where we like to talk anything and everything movies. A lot, and we are here to give you our ranking of all 6 seasons of The Flash from worst to best. Let's begin. How you doing, AJ?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm ready for this. I'm pumped. Let's get it.
You pumped? Like, before we start, what are your quick, just a backstory, your background with The Flash?
I started watching The Flash, pretty much when he was introduced on Arrow because I was watching that at the time, and
right.
I really didn't know much about Flash. But once the show came on, I started getting into it. It was over. It was a wrap.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it too. I think I started. I didn't start as early as you. I joined after season 2-ish, and then I caught up on season 3, and then I watched season 3 week to week. But I love the show as soon as it started. Similar with you, I wasn't big on The Flash, but I think as the show went along, I started to dive more into Flash lore and stuff like that. And now he's my second favorite superhero of all time. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So starting at the very bottom, number 6, what is your least favorite season of The Flash?
The least favorite season I would say is the 5th season with Nora. Okay. Yeah. Right. Starting off, I enjoyed it, and the whole Nora arc, I feel like it was interesting.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't know if she was a bad guy. Kind of didn't know, what she was all about. Yeah. And then, as the season progressed, it felt like the whole season was centered around her, and I was kind of getting tired of that.
Yeah, that is a problem. Mm-hmm. Barry became a side character on his own show, and that's not a good thing.
Right.
Right. So I can definitely see, I understand season 5, not the best. For me, at the very bottom, I'd go season 4, the one with DeVoe. That was the season that they were trying to, it's weird too, because that was the season that they were trying to do the Flash rebirth, the Flash reborn, and back to roots and stuff like that. And it ended up being just completely just a weird tonal shift. It didn't work for me. I think DeVoe, while he was a solid villain, that first mind swap, which by the way, we're going into spoilers for all the seasons except season 6.
Right.
We're going into
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Except for season 6. If you're not caught up, we won't spoil that. But the first mind swap, that was done really well. And especially the mid-season finale. I liked that episode where, Barry is framed and he doesn't run and all that. I liked that episode. But he just kept on switching. He just kept on switching bodies, and it got tiresome. It's like with every season of The Flash almost. The first half is really good, but then the back half kind of just goes all over the place. Yeah, really turns on itself. I think the best part was probably the trial of The Flash and the 3-episode arc where he was in prison and they didn't just remove him the episode he went in. So there were good things. And I like season 5. I mean, I can agree and I can see why season 5 will be lower, but I'd go season 4 at the very bottom. So what would be number 5 for you, right above season 5?
Number 5 is actually season 6.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. We are starting off very much disagreeing.
You know, I'm the king of unpopular opinions. But this past season, I don't want to get into it too much because, I don't want to spoil it. Right. But this past season, I felt was so empty. It didn't have very many. I feel like our main villain on the back half. I know there were 2 villains. I don't want to really give too much away.
Yeah.
I'm getting into it, but there are 2 villains, and the villain on the back half, I feel like we didn't get enough of them.
So basically, what you're saying is you felt there wasn't enough I guess, development for the second half. Is that what you're getting at? Or
for the villain, yes.
For the villain, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Understandable. It was a change doing two villains. For me, right above season 4, I'd go season 5. All the reasons you said, but I think the one thing that saved this season for me was the Reverse Flash stuff. Especially in the because Reverse Flash, he's like my favorite, not just in the show, but in like comic book history. He's like my favorite villain of all time. I love Reverse Flash. I love Reverse Flash. I love him. I think that mid-season finale, when it's revealed that Nora has been working with Reverse Flash, I thought that was really well done. I love it when there's like a big like reveal. You know, that's like part of the fun of the Flash, and I really like it when they do something like that. Up until like the penultimate episode, where you're like, Reverse Flash, he's about to die, and there's like a countdown timer and all that, and then it's revealed that he had the dagger. He was the one, and that was his big plan. And I was like, and I was just like, yes, give me more of this.
The man is smart. I'll give him that.
The man is smart. He is conniving. He has all plans for his plans. He is great, and I think that was the stuff that really saved the season for me. But then going back to all the Nora stuff, and it just kind of like, I don't think it's a good thing that I wanted Sherlock to expose Nora, and that I felt good about exposing her. I don't think that's what you want.
I don't think you're alone in that feeling.
Yeah.
I was feeling the same thing.
What would you go right above season 5 at the number 4 spot?
Season 3 for 4.
Season 3, number 4?
Yeah,
okay,
for my ranked 4th. Season 3.
Okay. I got you.
I enjoyed Flashpoint. That was the Flashpoint season. And it was a very interesting arc. I really was intrigued by that.
I don't think you're gonna agree with me where I play season 3. Go on.
Wally becomes a Kid Flash. We see that happen, and that was something huge for the show.
Yeah.
Cisco meets Gypsy, and I feel like Gypsy didn't get enough screen time. I feel like I really enjoyed that character.
At least not in season 3.
I just wish she was I kind of wish she was sort of a main character, not a main character, but somebody that
like a
was more
recurring.
Yeah, someone more reoccurring than she was.
Yeah, I liked season 3. I did. I think the Savitar stuff, it worked for me. I'm not gonna lie. I liked everything with Savitar. For me, right above 5, we're at the number 4 spot. I'd go season 6. Only a little bit more, like a little bit more than you do. It's just because that first half was just so good. Like everything in that first half. I think that's the best
stuff.
Everything with Ramsey Russo, I think, was done pretty well. That's probably the best first half we have gotten. Maybe save for season 1. I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about that, but that is one of the better first halves we've gotten. There's multiple moments in season 6 that I really liked. Episode 7, like I was saying, Grant Gustin, his acting in that episode, probably his best performance out of the entire show, I'd like to say. But then you have that second half that I feel just kind of goes a little bit all over the place. It's a bit of a weak start after Crisis. Episode 10, right after episode 9 was the Crisis episode. Right after that, episode 10, I thought was just kind of bleak. It was just like meh. And then you lead into episode 11, which is the Love is a Battlefield episode, which just absolutely sucked. And then and then after that, you get episode 13, which in the tease, that was a massive improvement. Episode 14, and then it got fine, and it ended on a strong note. I didn't think the finale was very deserving, but it was fitting. What's your number 3 spot? Getting into the top 3. Actually, before we do so, everybody watching, go down to the comment section down below. Let us know what your lists are if you have watched all 6 seasons of The Flash. AJ, what is your number 3 spot?
Number 3 would be season 1.
Really?
It's in the top 3. It's in the top 3.
Okay, I'll give you that.
It's in the top 3. I really enjoyed season 1. I felt like it was just a little bit. I'm ready. I was ready to get into the meat of the show, and you're gonna hate this. You're gonna hate me for this, but Reverse Flash. I feel like he's overused. I feel like overused.
Okay.
Let me give you reasons. Because they put him they put him in every single season, and I'm like,
yeah,
I feel like we're done with him. I feel like we're done with him, but not to the extent of forever. I feel like, okay, skip a season, don't show him for a season, then bring him back. Okay, cool.
Right.
But when he's in every season, I'm like, oh, come on. Like, we already have all these other villains. Like, why is Reverse Flash showing back up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that he's a bad villain. Don't get me wrong.
Okay,
he's not a bad villain.
I won't get you wrong. I think Reverse Flash, I'm on the other side of the spectrum. I think they should use him more. Honestly, I think
the first season was all about him.
No, I don't think they should like make him a main villain until the last season. I think the last season it has to come full circle, so you have to have him be the villain again. I think season 1 just works on every single level for me. Mm-hmm. It has twists and turns that you don't expect. It has a cohesive storyline that doesn't really drag except for like 1 or 2 filler episodes. It's got acting. It's everybody's first time doing everything, so I shouldn't like really overlook the acting, but it's fine for what it is. I can definitely say there are episodes further down the line where some people do worse jobs than they do in here. So season 1, solid start. For me, top 3, at the number 3 spot, I'd put season 2. Season 2, I thought it was a bit of a kind of a downgrade from season 1, the first like initial viewing. But I still really, really loved it. Did go back to a couple of episodes, like I mentioned before we started recording. I went back to a couple of episodes, and it still really holds up. I think everything with Zoom is done great. Everything is done great with Zoom. I think the establishment of that character, he's super menacing. He's super evil.
Yes.
And I really like that. I really like how kind of dangerous they made Zoom. They almost had stakes where he like almost killed Barry pretty much. So the reveal that it's Jay, and I'm like, well, technically Hunter Zolomon, but Jay for everybody else.
Right. That's who they thought he was.
And I'm like, what? Why?
That blew my mind.
It really did. It really did for me too. That was like the first big like twist that the show had. And I was like, I thought initially that was like that was Jay from like another Earth. And I
was thinking too.
I was like making different theories, but no, it was just Hunter Zolomon. He made like time remnants of himself. And that was really, really cool. And that just made me lose my mind because that was so crazy. And I think as the season went along, especially at the end, at the very end, you get Barry, like they have Barry and I have the talk on the porch, and then he's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, wait, what are you about to do? And then he runs back in time and he creates Flashpoint. And I was like losing my mind. I was like,
that was crazy.
And I was like, bro, oh my God, they're actually doing it. Sure, season 3 was a bit of a letdown, but I think in season 2, I thought the tease was absolutely fantastic, which another thing I'll say about Reverse Flash, his theme is great. His theme is awesome. I love his theme. I just love it. Blake Neely, such a great job with that. That theme is like a slowed down version of it plays as Barry like stops Reverse Flash. That was awesome, and I love that.
It was dope. That was dope. So, I got to give you that one.
What is your number 2 right above season 1?
You might hate me for this one too, but season 4.
That high.
Yes, it's number 2 because I really, really enjoyed Clifford DeVoe. I really enjoyed the Thinker, mainly because it was like the first main villain that wasn't a speedster. I was ready for
more brains than
smarts. Yes, exactly. And didn't have speed. And I think the whole thing with Barry being on trial for the murder, like that was so interesting.
I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that.
You know, I think it ended a little. I might have changed the ending a little bit myself personally. But other than that, I probably liked everything about that season.
Well, as you know, season 4 is my least favorite, so
I know.
I don't agree with all of that. I will give you Trial of the Flash. That was cool. I'll give you Clifford DeVoe is like 10 times better than Cicada Gracie. He's so much better. He's so much better.
Cicada.
He's so much better.
If I never saw Cicada, I would be cool. I could have kept the dagger as a villain without having to have the dagger as the villain that season.
Dagger had more personality than Cicada. I will say there's a lot of good things about season 4. But I think is that, again, going down, actually, season 5, I think that Reverse Flash stuff saves it for me. Number 2 is season 3. I'd go season 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. I thought I loved the Savitar reveal. I loved it. I did not see it coming. I was not putting my theories out there. I was thinking it was maybe Ronnie. Maybe they were going to bring him back. Because Caitlyn, the episode before, or Killer Frost, she's like, what do you need me to do? She's like, immediately trust him. And I'm like, maybe that's Ronnie. I love the reveal. I thought the reveal, the way they built it up, like some people had a problem with that. And I'm like, did you have a problem with that?
I liked it. Exactly. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that.
They were like teasing and teasing, and they was like drawing it out. And I was liking that. I love that. I love like a good mystery. And I thought the reveal was perfect. You couldn't have done it any better with the way the Barry's like little speech beforehand. Savitar saying like, I am the future Flash, which is what he said like earlier. And we all thought there was like a comma in between future and Flash. But no, it's just future Flash. He was literally the future Flash. And I loved it. And I love season 3. I thought the darker themes, I thought that was a nice change from season 1 and 2. I love the darkness. I didn't need them to go lighter in season 4.
I guess we're going to get into our number ones here.
What is your favorite? I think I know, because I know the
process of elimination.
What is your favorite season of The Flash?
My favorite season, it's going to be season 2. I really enjoyed Jay Garrick. I really enjoyed that reveal, the Hunter Solomon.
I think at the end, bringing back, letting John Wesley Shipp play the Flash again, I thought that was awesome, especially. And they have I love the different speedster themes they have. You know, we obviously have Barry's theme, we have Reverse Flash's theme, and then you have a special theme for Jay Garrick as well. Yeah, I'll give you that. Season 2, there's a lot of good stuff about it. I just thought it was a bit of a downgrade coming off of season 1, which is my number 1 spot. Like I said, it hit all the right notes for me. It was a great introduction to the show. They showed Barry being a CSI, doing CSI things. It was like a humorous start. I liked it. I liked the character of Barry Allen. I wish we can see this version of him again. I love season 1. I love season 1. I absolutely love it. I love everything they did with Reverse Flash and the little reveals throughout the season. And then we go back to the night his mom died, which that season finale, I'm telling you, I have no shame in admitting this. It made me cry. It really did.
Grown men cry, okay?
Exactly.
Especially at Flash. No. I have throughout this show as well. So don't feel bad.
No, but that season finale, it got to me, and it did. I rewatched that episode 4 or 5 times, and every single freaking time, I thought the acting in that episode was so good, and just in general, season 1 really, really worked for me. That is our list, guys. Don't be offended. These are just our opinions. Go down to the comment section down below. Let us know what your opinions are on The Flash and what is your ranking of every single season of The Flash. What is your least favorite? What is your top favorite season of all time? We would love to hear your thoughts. Go down to the description and check out my friend AJREACTS. To his channel is linked in the description. Follow him on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, that's the best way to contact me. I post tons of exclusive content and behind the scenes footage. Thank you so much for watching this video. It really does mean a lot. I will see you in the next one. Until then, have a great rest of your day and stay positive.